afternoon guys, welcome back to Maverick Baking and welcome back to another video. Today is something a little bit different. We've had plenty of kind of recipe videos recently, so today I want to do something kind of similar but a bit more humorous. Today we're going to be reacting to Rate My Cake. You may or may not be familiar with this Facebook group. It has a huge number of members, some people who actually submit pictures of their baked goods and some who are just there to judge. I have been both. So the page was born kind of out of the Rate My Plate Facebook group, which started off fairly innocent, but became a bit of a kind of breeding ground for just trolling and ridiculousness, but always still amusing. Rate My Cake is slightly more wholesome, and it just has, which I think is fantastic, it just has a huge range of ability involved. You've got people who've clearly been baking since they left the womb, and you've got people who just picked up baking since we've all been self-isolating. And of course, everything in between, weird and wonderful. So today I just wanted to pick out some absolute gems from over the past week because it's seen a lot of activity with everyone being stuck indoors more, and I just thought it might be funny for you guys to come with me. So the premise of Rate My Cake is fairly kind of wholesome and fun. You basically just submit a picture of something you've baked and people will kind of react in the comments, whether it's, you know, beautiful, they'll maybe tag a few friends in, or whether it's absolutely bloody awful and they'll tag even more friends in. Because of course, I have had many baking fails throughout the year, throughout my life. Just yesterday I had an absolutely disastrous batch of blondies which I managed to use self-raising flour in, which made the sides rise up and burn and they tasted awful, and I threw the whole thing in the bin after eating 2 of them. So I know exactly how it feels to have terrible cakes. But I thought I'd be smug today, just so that I feel like I have a place to judge these. This is the blueberry white chocolate cake I made. Recipe will be on my blog very soon, but mostly this is just here to keep me company today. So let's just get the group page opened up and let's take a look at some of the things that are on here. Okay, this one submitted by Claire is absolutely stunning. Stunning in both the fact that it must have taken an incredible amount of time, it looks incredible, and the fact it nearly made me poop my pants when I scrolled down. I'm first of all amazed that people can make this kind of thing out of cake, and then I'm amazed as to why anyone would want, why would you want this? Who is this for? The kind of people who have modelled shaped cakes for their birthday should be children, in my opinion. I really hope this isn't for someone's child. Anyway, this is incredible. Fantastic work, Claire. So this post comes from a fellow Kelly, and I am squirming just looking at this. So the actual image is completely fine, but my God, that's not gonna come out of the tin. So she's highlighted this herself in the post, and honestly, it makes me want to die. Things being stuck in a tin is actually worse than things not turning out properly, because if she made an absolutely banging millionaire shortbread, caramel shortcake, whatever you want to call it, out of this, and she's got to eat it with a spoon and tears running down her face, that's not a good time. Okay, this one blows my mind. So first of all, I panicked because my inner kind of animal welfare activist just about threw my tea all over the computer, because I was like, girl, you put a fish in your cake. It's not real fish. But yes, Jamie has decided to make 2 kind of tiers of cake with a fish tank in the middle with like motorized fish in it. Again, amazing for 2 reasons. Amazing that you can do this, and amazing because why? This is one of the things that just utterly baffles me about cake. It's the only foodstuff that people go to this length and absurdity with. You know, you would never see your mum arranging your cottage pie to have a fish tank in the middle. You would never see your Domino's driver pulling out a pizza that had the New Testament written in calligraphy in olives on top. Like, it just, cake is almost so detached from actually being a dessert or a foodstuff when I see things like this. It's just mental. These homemade donuts from Emily are actually really good. They look like they'd be really delicious, but there's something about the lighting. There's something about the lighting and the angle in this picture that make it look like I've kind of found a photo that I wasn't supposed to find in someone's camera roll. You know what I mean? If someone's showing you a picture and you accidentally scroll left and there's some kind of discrete pictures from their Friday night on there, and you're like, That's what these donuts look like. What is this even supposed to be? Okay, Isabella has made a cake that was supposed to look like a pike, which I'm hoping is a fish. I think the actual shape of this one could have been okay, and I love the creativity with the little white chocolate buttons as scales. The eye is very amusing, but then most fish have big bulging eyes. It's the teeth. The teeth make it look like there's some kind of chorus of trapped souls inside that cake going, "Kill me!" This one kills me. Oh my god. So poor Anne has tried to jump on a hedgehog cake trend and has ended up has ended up creating a cake that looks like the inside of my brain being stuck in the house this month. I'm not even entirely sure what this is made of. It looks like there's been like marshmallows that have been covered in chocolate and then runny chocolate icing, and then someone's just attacked it with a hairdryer. Big fan. Well done, Anne. Poor Katie has submitted this thinking it's an absolute banger. And honestly, looking at them, they probably do taste filthy good. By the look of it, it's a Cadbury's cream egg coated in like cookie dough and then like some kind of brownie. I don't actually know if these have been baked whole as they are, or if these have kind of been assembled around the cream egg to make it look like some kind of sugary Scotch egg. I just can't help but looking at this bottom picture and thinking it looks like the example image of an STD that they show teenagers in school to put them off having sex. I'm sorry. This one is grim on several levels. Poor Danny has just tried to make a box mix Parma Violet cupcake batch thing. These, Danny, oh, it looks like the buttercream is kind of split, which means that you know that underneath that sort of curdled purple exterior, there's like a kind of greasy separated oil layer underneath, and honestly I need to move this on before I get nauseous. Melanie's made some pig cupcakes for her child. Tag yourself. I'm this one. So this next image is one that's kind of been a bit of a trend. Typically, Rate My Cake, you know, has just individual pictures, but there are sometimes something that someone will put up that will kind of inspire the other group members to make that. So recent ones have been the kind of old school sponge cake. There's also been a trend to make Viennese whirls. One trend that I just cannot cope with at the moment are the muff nuts. Essentially, I think one very kind lady posted a picture and a recipe for these muffins that were meant to be a bit like jam-filled donuts. They were like mini muffins that had jam inside and they were rolled in cinnamon sugar. They sound delicious. Not as delicious as a donut, but they sound fairly delicious, you know, if you just want to make something in the space of half an hour. But someone decided to call them muff nuts. And I can't cope with it because, you know, they'll be like, oh, your muff nuts look really good. There's some good looking muff nuts. Do you have a recipe for those muff nuts? And I'm like, please stop. If you're gonna use anything, call it a duffin. Call it anything that isn't a muff nut. This one I actually feel quite bad poking fun at because you know fine well that this sticky toffee pudding is absolutely gonna be delicious. And you know that looking at it, it's all about the taste with this one. It's not about how it appears, but I can't help but look at this and think it looks like one of the images that someone on Mumsnet would post looking for advice on what their toddler ate. This is another kind of trend that's appeared, but I've also seen this trend appear with food bloggers recently, and that I just cannot get my head around. Essentially, what Charlotte has done here, and props to you, Charlotte, I hope you enjoyed this, I hope you were really happy with how they turned out. I just can't wrap my head around why you would want this. This is a cheesecake egg, or an egg, I don't know what people are calling them. They've kind of appeared over the past few months as Easter eggs have started appearing on the shelf. Essentially, people are buying the cheap kind of Cadbury's Easter eggs, cutting them in half, and then filling each half with cheesecake. Why? The whole joy of an Easter egg is sitting in front of some crap TV, smashing it open with your fist and eating it by the handful until you feel ill. That's the entire joy of an Easter egg. So this, to go to the effort of slicing in half, mixing biscuits with melted butter, pressing that in, chilling it, making a cheesecake mixture, putting that on top, decorating it and putting it in the fridge, getting it to balance somehow, and then eating it by spoon? By fork? Like, do you just pick it up and eat it like a giant slice of pie. I have no idea how this is supposed to be eaten. I don't know why it's been made. Looking at it is too much. You know it's gonna be too sweet, you know it's gonna be too rich. I just don't really understand it. And this one in particular doesn't look particularly appetizing, but as I said, Charlotte, if you enjoyed it, more power to you. And well done for making it. I'm not gonna do it. Okay, and the last one we're gonna react to in today's video, just because I could not resist when I saw this one. This honestly terrifies me. This Cheryl here has been very creative, fair play to her, and this looks like something that children especially would absolutely adore, or anyone who likes candy floss. But I look at this and it looks like someone's baked tiny little fairy cakes, and then they've taken your 1996 troll doll collection down from the shelf, cut their scalps off and arranged their hair on top of these cupcakes, and I can't get that image out of my mind. They're probably tasty, probably, but no, just no. So I hope that's given you an entertaining kind of glimpse into the Rate My Cake Facebook group page. If you would like to join it, it is a public group. You can join, I think, as long as you submit at least one picture of your own baking, and feel free to judge away. Some of them, as I said, are fantastic, and even the ones that haven't turned out particularly well, great effort. You know, baking takes a lot of time, it can be expensive, it takes up a lot of energy, and most of the time, even when things turn out ugly, they still taste delicious. So the main point is that I just hope all of these people were happy with what they created and that they enjoyed them. And I don't mean to offend or hurt anyone's feelings here, because again, trust me, I have been in many of your positions, and many of you are much more creative and artistic and talented than I am. If you guys enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more like it, don't forget to drop a big juicy cake splattered thumbs up, and to hit that subscribe button if you are new, because we're doing videos like this, recipe videos, vlogs, and food reviews, of course, all the time. And it would be lovely to have you here. In the meantime, I hope you are all staying safe. I hope you're all staying indoors. If you do need some kind of baking to entertain yourself or to feed yourself and your family in these weird circumstances that we're in, there's always a link to my blog, Maverick Baking, in the description box below, where you can find lots of exciting recipes. And easy ones too. In the meantime, that's all I have time for today, guys. I'm about to go and make some sweet love with this cake, and I will see you for the next one.